wherever you are, and welcome to the old Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. It is 31 degrees, lovely sunny conditions for what remains an intriguing match. So fasten up your seatbelts and wait for the excitement. Two former champions of the Women's COSAFA Championship. South Africa with 7 under their belt, Malawi with 1. They face each other pretty early in the group stages as we cement the fact it is a Group A fixture that comprises of Lesotho and Angola, and it is squeaky bum time. Well prepared pitch as the crowd have trickled in to get behind their respective teams. There's never been a dull moment in this match as we welcome the royalty to the field, and the ball girls and ball boys who just lead the path that has been paved for two formidable sides that are out to make history in the COSAFA Cup. Champions in 2023 are Malawi. South Africa have been 7 times champions, but the last time was out since 2020. Alongside me for this particular match is the young and esteemed Michelle Shapange, who will give you her expert analysis as we progress.
Yes, we do this again, of course, here from the Peter Mokaba Stadium. This encounter that I'm really looking forward to. We had a game earlier on, Angola and as well as Lesotho, but for now we take up these two national anthems.
As the players are making their way out with the officials, that is the two captains of the side, South Africa and Malawi, and we will get the dignitaries also that are being led out to the field by Muspuleng Mahoma to make sure that the dignitaries go through the meet and greet as the two sets of players line up. Muspuleng Mahoma spotted in the dignitaries is the Vice President, Mr. Timothy Shongwe, and alongside him is the Mayor, the Executive Mayor of the city of Polokwane, Colonel John Mbe, and get to see the MEC of Sports, Arts and Culture, Mr. Jerry Maseko, also in standings, and the Hollywood Head of Operations, Mr. Morgan Shandu, is also in attendance. So as the teams line up, a speech will be read by Mr. Timothy Shongwe. So we welcome all to the city of Polokwane.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tim Shongwe. I'm from COSAFA. I just want to take this opportunity, brief opportunity, to appreciate and thank the people of Limpopo, particularly Polokwane, for agreeing to host COSAFA. And on behalf of COSAFA Executive Committee and all the participating nations that are here today and the rest of the competition, I just want to say we appreciate the honor and the opportunity to come to this very beautiful part of South Africa. And I would also like, on behalf of all the stakeholders here, photographers, the team, my team, competitions team, and everybody that is here today, that we appreciate, and we would like to appreciate SAFA as well for the support that they've given us, and thank you very much. And on behalf of COSAFA, the entire family of COSAFA, we appreciate and thank you very much. At this point, I would like to introduce the Mayor to say a few words as well. Your Worship.
Thank you very much. Halala Polokwane, halala. Halala Polokwane, halala. Eita Limpopo, eita. Eita Limpopo, eita. Halala Kosafa, halala. The president of COSAFA, the president of SAFA Limpopo, the acting executive mayor of Capricorn District Municipality, I stand here on behalf of the executive mayor of the city of Polokwane. My name is Tebele Jerima Mabolo, member of mayoral committee responsible for sports, arts and culture in Polokwane. We take pride in hosting this mammoth tournament hosted by COSAFA, and we appreciate that COSAFA thought of Limpopo province, they thought of Polokwane in particular as a host of this magnificent and glorious event. We are indeed saying, let everyone enjoy these games, let everyone enjoy the hospitality of the city of stars, the city of Polokwane. Relamo kamo Polokwane gabo nkatikati ngwani nyanadi roko Polokwane gabo maraba sekwala. Re ki kwelele gae kamo kagalena legatong la mera petishi wa Polokwane re magae alena malaidi kala ela khale ka jiapata ka sepela ka ekala gae bulobedu bulobathaga ga metsi mashwana ga metsi mafolo ga thawa ka de pororo kile tarira thawo ele marung ge ja fasudi bone go rata motho a se go thwa godimo ga ona.
Who is representing the mayor, who's not able to be here, is Jerry Mamabolo, and just leading on the dignitaries, Muspuleng Mahoma.
Good luck.
Customary greetings for those players, a moment that they will cherish for a very, very long time. Leraba, the captain of Malawi, that is Madise Chimwewe, is the captain for today from the side of Malawi, Chimwewe Madise, and that is Timothy Shongwe, who is the COSAFA vice president, and the captain of the Banyana Manyana side, that is Sibulele Holweni, smiling face, and she too just gets the players to shake their hands, hoping that luck will prevail at the end of the day. Two countries that have become foes in recent times, as Malawi and South Africa are both looking to build up for the upcoming CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations that was to take place in Morocco. Malawi, who's coming off a draw against Angola, will be looking to bounce back at the national anthems of Malawi and then South Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, now, as we rise for the national anthem of the Republic of South Africa.
with passion is Nkosi Sigalela. God bless Africa. And Malawi, on the other hand, Mungoma, which is the land of the rising sun. That is the national anthem of the Malawians. They are called the Scorchers. It is a bit of a scorcher out there, but nothing to dampen the spirit. That is the lineup for South Africa. Dineo Magagula is in goal. Asan Hadebe, Shakira O'Malley, Onati Ismail, Bongile Tusi, Doris Mpepe, Gabriela Salgado. That is the lineup. Well, we are looking at Mahulula Holweni Dlamini, and Tabiseng Magia, and Nontlantla Mtandi, and Casey Gordon is the team that is lining up for South Africa. And it is Anabanda, Clarice Msimango, and Olivia, and Lavahoti of Madagascar. Those are the officials for this afternoon.
Of course, South Africa looking at a 4-4-2 formation. Very balanced, simple, good.
Well, here's the lineup for Malawi. It is also one that's looking very busy. Olivia Pakani and Dorian Dixon, Maureen Kenneth, Chikonde Gondwe, Mary Chavinda, Deborah Henry, Maggie Chavula, Coach Sakapadamo. Well, we'd have a look at that. Tendai Grace Sani, Letitia Chinyamula, Melinda Nguluve, and Chisuma Banda, Sarah Mbulika, and Irene Kumalo. That is the lineup for Malawi as we welcome the Scorchers to these parts of the continent. And looking at the lineup, it is a 4-3-3 with a diamond shape in the middle of the park for Malawi. The Scorchers, as they are known, a team that of late is on the rise, a team that is blessed with talent. We're talking about players like Sarah Mulumbika, we're talking about Chisombo Banda, we're talking about Tendai Grace Sani. Those are some of the players for Malawi that are expected to turn the tables on a Banyana side. No regulars, no familiar faces.
Yep, of course, we've got quite an interesting lineup for South Africa. Like I mentioned, a more of a 4-4-2. Back four, midfield 4-2 up front, very balanced and simple, like I mentioned. So they will be playing with two strikers, so they will try to play forward as quickly as possible, as opposed to Malawi.
27 goals have been scored by South Africa, conceding 12 against Malawi in their head-to-heads. In the last 8 matches, South Africa having won 2. Having won 6, losing 2. There's been no draws between the two sides, but there is belief. There is certainly a hype about this match, and many are saying it should have been played not so early in the match, as for many they do need to stretch out and get a lot more. South Africans, the last time they played competitive football was during the HOLLYWOODBETS Super League, which ended in and around November, late December, and not much action on their side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is going to be an interesting one, seeing how Malawi, per se, the last time they had gone out against South Africa, or South Africa has beaten Malawi, was back in 2021, which says a lot about how, like you mentioned, Malawi has been a very, very uprising team in this tournament.
It is all system go, as South Africa will be scoring from the left to the right of your screen. They are in their all yellow uniform, and they get us started. And Malawi in the green, attacking the goals from the right to the left of your screen. In terms of intensity, in terms of the two sides being very well coached, we're looking at Coach Lovemore Kingsley Fazili, a man who has been responsible for the drive and the upward trajectory of women's football in Malawi, having coached the males team as well in Malawi. So he has the change room which is absolute positive goals out there playing for him. Tusopila, the two new centre-backs appearing for Banyana. Casey Gordon, the 19-year-old from JVW, mans the goal mouth, and I'm sure for many asking, where is Kalen Swart? Where is Andile Dlamini? Well, this is a team in progression. This is a team that is looking forward to building and bringing in a number of players that have been on the conveyor belt under 17, under 20, and slowly blending them with the experience. Holweni, who is the captain of the side, expected to be absolutely instrumental in that midfield. Good take from Dlamini, who plays for Mamelodi Sundowns, a 21-year-old. Good to get to see her, this being her 5th cap for Banyana.
We look back at that play there, just the first foul of the game going to South Africa already, and that's Mtandi.
Nonhlanhla Mtandi, the Mamelodi Sundowns midfielder, who's had a fantastic season, has really grown in leaps and bounds and giving chase as the player goes down, and the referee just allowing the game to flow and not too keen in blowing the whistle in this match. But good to see Tandi up and about and raring to go.
Well, we're talking about developing players. I'm quite happy to see the likes of Zoe October actually she's not starting, but to see her playing for the senior team, I think is quite remarkable.
Ball in the air. Here's Malawi Sara Mulimbika playing for Ntopwa. Kukoma Ntopwa, one of the players that has been nominated for the best midfielder out in Malawi. She's just 19 years of age. That is Sarah Mulumbika. Throw in by South Africa. Intercepted, and Magia is pushed and sprawling to the ground. Asking the referee for protection. Sarah there just offering a hand.
I look back at that foul there. Just making peace with it. As we know, sportsmanship is always a very important part of football.
Free kick to South Africa. Ball whipped into the box, looking for Isabel on the edge of the box. Here is Magia, takes the strike, and that was hard and low, not to trouble the very experienced Messi Sikelo. Mercy, who was in goal in 2023 and got the Golden Glove as the best goalkeeper, and here she is, has been quite pivotal and peripheral to the results of the Scorchers. Well, we do say to those who are joining us from Malawi, Mulibanji, and welcome. Here's Isabel looking for the return ball from Mupanya. Ball being rotated out on the left-hand side. Macholula and co. Casey, who's left her goal mouth, playing pretty much like a keeper sweeper, switching play to Kutsopila. The Mamelodi Sundowns defense playing the quick 1-2 with Holweni. Holweni looking for the runner. Isabel, yeah, is a good touch being laid back, and one's got to look at those moments. It is Nonhlanhla Mtandi who is giving South Africa the options, but a delightful ball coming in from Holweni, and Nonhlanhla was trying to play in an oncoming Tabiseng Magia, and defense reacting swiftly.
And that's exactly what you want to see. The defense being able to be as woke as possible, especially when you've got the dangers in front like that, the likes of, like you were talking about there, Mhlongo for South Africa. You have to be so keen, and that was actually wonderfully done to get that away out of danger for now.
Good to see Holweni having shaken off the injuries, struggled with a bit of an ankle and a knee injury, and one of the players who's really got great potential delivers the ball on the edge of the box. That ball having gone out, and it is a goal kick for Malawi.
South Africa, we can see pressing on early so far. Got about 2 shots already.
Well, the crowd are here and hoping that they will be on the winning side, and pressing from the front as Gugu Dlamini. So rather giving the foul away, maybe showing a bit too much of the ball. There is Miss Irene Khumalo, a player who played in 2024 for Green Buffaloes out in Zambia and has made her way back to Malawi playing for Silver Strikers, and also at the moment, or the season that has just passed, was voted as the defender of the season, scoring 5 goals in 3 matches. Isabel losing out. The fight and the tenacity in that midfield was very glaring for throw in. Sineku playing the 1-2 with Kuto. Ludwig makes herself available, but she's easily pushed out of the way. Looking for the quick return. Yes, Isabel. And no information coming through. Here is Malawi with Irene Khumalo going forward, and that ball is intercepted by Kuto.
And we were just saying that Malawi are the type of team that you do not want to allow up front, because they do not take their chances lightly.
Well, Magia, who had a fantastic season for Mamelodi Sundowns last time out, has shown some great hunger. A player who's full of promise, leading the line, a real threat for Malawi. Vitumbiko Mkandawiri, who plays for Civil Servants, the 26-year-old, is the lonely outlet for Malawi. And she also is a massive, massive threat. But Malawi putting forward a team that is a threat on and off the field. There is a youngster that is on the bench whom I'm looking forward to. Her name is Deborah Henry. Free scoring, free spirited, 18 goals in 23 matches. And they call her Makango. Well, if you know what does that mean, you are in for a high jumper, Banyana Banyana.
So far, in this 8 minutes gone here at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium, not yet seeing a goal in the back of the net. In football, we can say it's too early on. But this is a Group A fixture. We saw early on a win for Angola, beating Lesotho by 3-1.
We had the pleasure of watching Malawi in training yesterday. Took it very easy, didn't really give too much away. But one thing that was certain was that it's a very close unit, a team that knows each other and are really on the rise. Another corner, Holweni seems to be given that responsibility. Took them on the left-hand side and is taking them on the right-hand side. It's played short this time. Ball inside the box. On the edge is Malawi, who can break away with the counter. And unfortunately outnumbered by an organized South African defense. Isabel. It's Magia. She has to aim for Dlamini in the box. She also has Holweni. That's just trickled into the box. But good work by Malawi just to block out the ball from the side. Magia. She has Isabel. On the edge of the box is Holweni. And in an offside position, there is South Africa. And the flag goes up.
Well, South Africa are pressing with intensity so far. They want to control this early. From the looks of things, well, that was kind of a close call. But if Malawi keep up with this, of course, they need to keep being very organized, setting up with those numbers. But I do know that for a fact, with this type of action so far, it does show great competitiveness between these two great football nations. The reason why they're both going to AFCON is for this exact reason.
Here's Malawi looking for the quick return ball, giving chase, kept in play. That's Sarah Mulumbuka, needs a delivery, and that ball, it's a poor one executed, but spotting Casey Gordon over line, and you cannot falter for that particular attempt. And here she is again as Sarah Mulumbuka.
Also, kind of was nobody on the other side of things. If you look at it, kind of opted to go for it herself. Probably could have looked for her teammate, the likes of Mulumbuka. Sometimes you never know. If you go for it yourself, you just never know.
So, Banyana take their time about playing it in the defense. Kutsopila, and slightly overcooked that. Mahulula not able to control it, and spotted yet again, showing the presence of mind. Casey, who's gonna have to be cautious and just pick up a notch. This is the senior level. She's really been incredible in the under-15s and under-17s as well as the under-20. But a slight mistake can be punished, and we got to see Grace Sani opting to send a long one.
Absolutely, like I was saying, Malawi can punish you very quickly. And you know, South Africa with a strong defense, even with a strong defense, one single mistake from a goalkeeper, Malawi can punish you if they get the chance.
Mahulula. Good strength from Irene. Picked up by Magia. And she's taken out, and she's grimacing in pain, as Ntavi saying, Magia, the Mamelodi Sundowns striker. She had almost two players to deal with.
That was
and
reckless.
Sarah Mulumbuka, pretty reckless, coming in from the side, chopped the tree, and down goes Magia.
I mean, you understand that when you, and that's also a straight yellow card for her there, so she gets the first booking of the game. But as a defender, or when you're trying to stop things, by all means, when you've got such a strong player like her, like Magia, sometimes, hey, you gotta get in there, make sure she stops.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think Malawi were pretty much exposed, and you can see the explosiveness of Magia in these opening minutes of the match, that she does look like the part. She does look like the player that has the hunger. She does look like the player that could be getting the goals for South Africa in the absence of your Tembi Khatlane, your Hilders, and so forth.
Absolutely, she could be a threat so far, a player that has really stood out for South Africa, especially on this right-hand side, as South Africa prepares to take another set piece. This time it's a free kick, and it looks like the captain, Holweni, will be taking this one up.
Well, Mercy Sikelo just organising her defence. Mercy, she has no mercy, as Mercy Sikela.
Okay.
She has no mercy, is Mercy Sikela. Oh, part of she got a gold medal over her neck in part of the 2023 side, the 29-year-old from Kokoma and Top Joaquins, as Holweni delivers the ball, and it is effectively dealt with by Malawi for the moment. Holweni takes it off her chest. Good control. Ludwig looking to bring in the attacking players, but forced backwards. Lona Temba Mhlongo in a bit of an advanced position, but she loses out as goalkeeper Sikelo will start again.
I think so far South Africa have not gotten through to that Malawian defense. The likes of Madise, the captain, Kumalo, and Alufandika. Quite a tough defense to break down, that is, and it's evident from the way it is so far in that scoreline. Reflects surely the competitiveness of this game so far.
Ball delivered into the box. Casey, absolutely calm, watches it right up to the end, and the crowd are loving that. Here's an opportunity for Magia. Can she get around the defender? But the intelligence there of Rose Alifanduka, just protecting the ball with the one, and she knew that a keeper was maybe out of position, and at the bounce of the ball for Rose Alifanduka, but giving chase there is Madise Chimwewe, and the goalkeeper there also with an effort to protect the corner. So
as we see this corner kick now being taken up by South Africa, of course this time around is being taken up by Zondi. She goes straight for
ball
it
into the air, header misses narrowly.
That's a missed chance. If you look back at how that all went down now, headed it, but not too far off actually. She Kulongo there with that header. There's another chance for South Africa. As play continues here at the Peter Mokaba Stadium, it still stands 0-0 in the first 16 minutes of this game. Malawi also looking to assert some sort of attacking force. We have seen how mistakes can cost you in that back line earlier on in that Angola and Lesotho game.
Well, Ntandi looking to bring in Holweni. Holweni really dictating the pace. Makhulula on the ball. Regina, who's former employees as Mamelodi Sundowns, and then took a short left and went to join JVW. And you see the revival of Regina Makhulula, and in the Blue Diamonds outfit, a team that really stole the Hollywood Bets Awards for 2025 and walked away with a couple of nominees. So we have a look at Isabel looking to throw that ball, mistake made, but Irene protecting that ball. Keeper was quick off the line.
She is quite awake, I must say. Mercy reads the ball so well, especially in moments where it could be chaotic inside the box.
Well, the battle of Nguluve, of Silver Strikers, very compact it is in the middle of the park.
So far, it's very, also reflects the type of formations both of these sides have taken, especially on the Malawi end.
Well, we're talking about South Africa with a straight 4-4-2, showing good balance and wanting to dominate and pick up the second ball. Mtandi and Majia will be very instrumental in that. Holweni working in that midfield, and maybe we'll get the two defensive players, but she seems to be moving a lot and connecting with the players up front is Sibulele Holweni. That was a timely challenge by Chimwewe to deny Majia an opportunity to advance to goal. Chimwewe, one of the few players that is playing outside Malawi. She plays for TP Mazembe Pembe and a regular at that at 34 years of age. So look, experience coming in aplenty.
Yeah, and also it's starting to look like this is a battle of the two now. Majia and you have to say Madise. They're coming up against each other so much now. I think Madise is slightly ahead now, winning a lot of those balls against Majia.
Corner taken, the second one of the match. Keeper comes out, gets a hand. Holweni trying to read the bounce of that particular ball, and South Africa taking it forward with ease, but the chase is on. Case is available. Comes out to the right, looking for Nonhlanhla Mtandi. You'd ask yourself, Mtandi was indicated on the team sheet as one of the two strikers up front, but she currently finds herself in defense, playing the quick 1-2 with Sinekuku Zondi. Kutsopila sends that ball out to the left-hand side, looking for Lona Temba Mhlongo. UWC has contributed 4 players in the starting lineup.
And 6 in total.
6 in total in terms of making the
selection.
JVW, UWC, big contributors. JVW has got 6, Mamelodi Sundowns has got 5, TS Galaxy has got 2, UWC with 5. While we confirm the scoreline, it's 0-0 apiece. We are at this historical stadium, the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. Running into trouble is Tabiseng Majia.
Really well picked up. It's really well read there from Zondi, or rather
Kutsopila. Casey Gordon is on the ball looking for Lonatemba Mhlongo, the 24-year-old. Mhlongo goes into the midfield looking for Makhulula. Showed the first touch a little bit of a concern. Here's Nonhlanhla Ntandi, needs to pick in the yellow shirts as she tries to run around the defense and create space, but you're gonna have to really be at your best to get around Irene Kumalo. Very experienced. She'll push you towards the line and guide that ball into touch. Bernadette Mkandawire is another one of those players that has really grown in leaps and bounds, a 23-year-old who plays for FCB Nyasa Big Bullets. That is a team in Malawi that has a male team. Good skill from Tendai Sani. And the offside flag for Chisomo.
Maybe an assistant referee was quick to read that one, rightfully so.
But that was pretty close.
Yeah.
That was definitely close. So, free kick, offside call, favor of South Africa. Lonatemba Mhlongo was part of the UWC team that played in the Champions League, the first ever university side to participate in the Women's Champions League. It was out in Malawi, 2024 it is. And for the first time, South Africa had 2 sides in the Women's Champions League. It was Mamelodi Sundowns, who were defending champions of the previous edition, and UWC joining them, making history. And they continue to deliver some wonderful players. Knox, one of those of late will share quite a number of the players that have come from UWC. Nhlanhla Mthandi, good ball rotation, picking up Makhulula out to the left. Ludwig is looking to get away from a marker, trying to create pace as Kutsopila is in a very advanced position. Here's Ludwig, and leaves it. Ludwig looking to bang it in, but you have to give compliments to Rose Alifanduka.
I mean, she's not the first time she's doing that. She's been doing it consistently now in this first half, Alifanduka. Really, really getting the job done in terms of defense, especially when it comes to the likes of
Gave up the chase. Gave up the chase.
You can see some of those cheers from the crowd. I'm sure they're enjoying a good game of football.
The crowd trying to get behind the players. Antonio Mponya, as we have a look at that moment earlier on, and perhaps a little bit of better communication would have helped, as Majia and Ludwig almost running into each other. Makhulula, Mponya's available. Lonatemba on the ball. Sibulele Holweni, she's got to the neck of some beautiful shots in the Betway Premiership. You have your Tebogo Mkwenas that have picked up from, as we have a look at that attempt, Tebogo Mkwena has picked up from your Kekanas, and in women's football, you can look no further. Sibulelo Holweni does pack a shot from range. And trust me, you've had many goalkeepers peek the ball out of your net quite often. Currently with 40 caps, this is a 41st cap, and she has 16 goals. Is Sibulele Holweni.
Well, I think Malawi would look to start pressing a little bit more up front so that they are able to get a chance onto goal.
Sarah. She's very skillful, as Sarah. Skinning. Zondi. Looking to thread that ball into that defense. And Pila, using her intelligence, is getting in front of the attacker, Chisomo. And losing her footing at a vital moment. Well,
kind of got the ball.
Chisomo Banda. She plays for Konkola Blades. 23-year-old, pretty young side that is on display at the COSAFA tournament. There's Magia. When we talk about young side, we're talking about 24 years in average age, and that battle
It's still on.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be pretty interesting as Magia, who looks to be a little anxious up front.
Let's have a look at that encounter there.
She says it's a shoulder charge. Mr. It's a shoulder charge.
All the Malawans, like I mentioned earlier, you have to observe in the way in which Mulimbika has been playing on this left-hand side and trying to get hold of her teammate Mukanda Wawire. She's not been really getting to her, which can become very frustrating.
I think for the moment, Malawi are not being allowed to play their game, and they have concerns, and rightfully so, as Maponya will bring in Lonatemba Mhlongo. It is really a patient game, playing with a lot of tactics on the field, not too many openings. Pretty compact is Malawi. And, trying to catch, they will try to catch South Africa on the break. They have lined up with a very attacking formation, 4-3-3, but watch the diamond there in the midfield. Maponya is losing out. Bernadette Mkandawire sends that ball up front. Makhulula will tidy up. Regina.
And this is, like I say, the type of game you're expecting for a game of this magnitude early on. In fact, on the first day of the tournament.
It's really a big ask of the players, as mentioned. I think the Malawians will be a lot more sharper. They'll be a lot more explosive. They have already, played a good couple of games in 2026. South Africa yet to get the Hollywood Bets League going for 2026. Match fitness.
And I know that both of these sides still have got matches to play.
Sarah,
stages.
Good delivery, intercepted by Mhlongo. That as far as Nguluve. Makhulula will just restore calm, and Casey is available, which will give her an opportunity to pick her head up and choose the flank that she wants the team to exploit. Antonia playing the 1-2 with Dlamini, who's also normally dominant on the right-hand side, switching to the left-hand side. Lonatemba Mhlongo. I'm sure many are asking, where's the regular players like Gabriela Salgado, Hilda. Well, concurrently, the camp is in session in preparation for the women's AFCON, and some of the players are going through their paces, like Bombanani Mbane. This is what football will look like after they retire, and that could be swan songs for many in the national team. Here's an opportunity, And keeper's very quick off a line.
Just what I was talking about there, Messi, very, very quick with it. Reads the game very well. The type of goalkeeper you'd want in moments where it gets so chaotic when you're playing a team like South Africa, who press so hard in the box. Messi is the goalkeeper to have, for sure.
Absolutely. But nothing messy about her performance.
Yep, not merciful at all.
Pila. Magia. She's on the halfway line as Magia. She has an option looking for Nonhlanhla Ntandi. Holweni is all over the park and showing good strength, having to get around Chimwewe. Good defensive work. Irene Kumalo will want to get it away, playing it short and in danger. Rose Alifanduka will tidy up, looking for Bernadette Mkandawire out on the right. Ludwig pressing pretty high. That ball goes out for a throw-in. There's a player showing some discomfort and concerns. It's Irene Kumalo. Bearing in mind that we do have the Women's WAFCON that will be taking place in the month of March. And we have the 16 teams that have qualified. Morocco, Zambia, Tanzania, Malawi, and Algeria, Nigeria, Ghana, Burkina Faso. You've got Kenya, Cape Verde, South Africa, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Egypt, Cameroon, and Mali. And debutants in the WAFCON is Malawi and Cape Verde.
All the way from SADC.
As three of them, we have Zambia, Malawi, and South Africa. Most representatives. Has a cooling break being offered to the players, which is allowing them to hydrate. And coaches also get an opportunity to share a few instructions and adjust some of the tactics that they are picking up.
Just look back at some of those.
Here's the moment, the ball being whipped into the box and a header that missed the goal narrowly. It was a delightful ball that was conjured up and delivered into the box, and a header indeed from South Africa. Lona Temba Mhlongo making that connection, but just getting it rather wide. So Zondi with a good quality ball that is brought in. You would expect that the finishing could have been better.
Absolutely, especially you see how much space she had there. She really didn't have much threat around her. It was well delivered into the box from that corner kick. She had the chance, got up, but just could not maybe be accurate enough to get it into the back of the net.
Amanda Mtandi. Last season very vital for Sundowns. Malawi, on the other hand, looking at Silver Strikers, Civil Services. And this time, players are selected from all around in Malawi. We've got some exciting players as well that are outside and waiting for an opportunity. South Africa's strength always being led by their attacking prowess. Well, one would like to see a lot more of Letitia Chinyamula, who was the player of the season way back in 2024. Also voted the most promising young player is Letitia Chinyamula. Malawi with the ball in the middle of the park. Here's Letitia. Talk about Letitia. Took the strike and shows the glimpses of what she can do if given much more room, space and time.
Perhaps Malawi need to utilize more of those chances, those long shots. If you can't get through a defense like that, well, you gotta try your luck and threaten from a distance. But also you have to look out for a goalkeeper like Gordon, who's pretty much a little bit more relaxed compared to her counterpart. Mercy Sikelo.
Well, Mercy just being very, very cautious. She's not one of those players that is drawn into the action. It's very much one of those that stays on a line a lot longer. Very good in 1v1 situations. And a mistake being made, foul throw as they call it. And referee just giving the indication. And that is a South African throw-in. Antonia Maponya. She's one of the ladies out in the army. It's Antonia. Here's Magolula on the edge, asking questions of the Malawian defense. Ball kept in play. Chinyamula plays it back to Alifanduka. Nguruwe. Here's Malawi trying to thread that ball through the needle, looking to find Tendai Sani. Switch and play, but intended to pick up Sarah Mulumbika and doesn't find her. Instead finds a yellow jersey. Regina Magolula is playing Casey Gordon, who finds Kutsopila with acres of space. South Africa looking to drop a little deeper as Gugu Dlamini looking for the return ball. And, Ludwig trying to peel away and sneaking away from her marker. Irene Kumalo is pretty much aware. Says not under my watch.
No nonsense attitude. Always great to see.
37 minutes on the clock, 0-0 the scoreline. We're yet to get a breakthrough.
And perhaps we'll get one just before halftime. We have to wait and see. Either South Africa, who have been the much more pressing side, or Malawi, who can find a breakthrough amidst all the defending, or rather difficulty in getting into the box.
Well, this will definitely not be one of those high-scoring matches. These are pretty tightly contested. There's a ball being threaded through. Antonia Maponya. Well, eventually she runs out of room, and it's a goal kick. One that will be pleasing for goalkeeper Mercy. As we have a look at that ball going out to the left-hand side.
I love that the pressure she applied there. That's the type of pressure you need to put on to as a defender.
Bernadette Mkandawire, who currently plays for Nyasa Big Bullets, was one of the players that plays in Kazakhstan, and she was also part of the 2023 team that won the gold medal. Chimwewe Madisa.
I like how almost all the players of Malawi, regardless of position, have come out up front.
Oh yeah.
The likes you mentioned now, Makanda Wawire.
Yeah.
Actually more of a in the striker position, but you find her on the other end, on the defense end.
Yeah, you got to give her credit. Her reading of the game is excellent as the foot goes up there from Chisumu. You're looking at a very low foul count, 5 in total in 40 minutes, 2 for South Africa, 3 for Malawi. And those are looking and wanting a goal. One thing I can tell you, you're going to wait much longer to see if you can celebrate. This is the toughest match in Group A that comprises of Angola and Lesotho. Well, Angola at present sitting at the summit of Group A, beating Lesotho by 3-1. A shot taken by Magia, and is knocking that into one of her teammates, and there's a player down. It looks like Irene Kumalo was on the receiving end, and earlier on I did see a little bit of concern. She was running rather gingerly, is Irene Kumalo, And one would be hoping that this is not the end of Irene in this half. So one has a look at Isabel. She went down, clutching her foot. There's Irene. Not sure if you spotted anything there.
No, I mean, it's not really looking likely, as if I don't think Ludwig really or Isabel rather got a touch to her there. Like you mentioned earlier on, she did look like she had some pain, and that's particular leg, being her right leg, if I'm not mistaken.
So some of the youngsters who took an early time out of school to come and witness these games. Today is match day 1, and we will continue to deliver these matches over to you. Coming a bit deep is Sarah, and just to share that tomorrow we'll have Eswatini and Zimbabwe doing battle, as well as Zambia and Botswana. So
Group B encounter.
That is a Group B encounter. And, the match is taking place at 12 and 3 p.m. respectively. So we have 3 groups as Antonia whips that ball in, and it's made to look very simple by Mercy Sikelo.
It makes it look so easy.
Ball that was delightfully threaded through on the ground by Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Lona Temba Mshongo, who is a very, very calm defender. Kutsopila.
Like I did say at the beginning of the game, South Africa have not beaten Malawi in quite some time. Of course, them getting a win here today would be sort of, I don't want to say a relief, but it would feel nice.
Well, it will feel nice. South Africa, who are 7 times champions of the COSAFA, are still the most celebrated team in terms of the wins up their belts. Antonia giving chase, and has Bernadette with her, and that fight is one that the referee has to separate. So when you're looking at them failing to lift the trophy, that is South Africa since 2020, but they're eager to change that this time around. So in this 13th edition, with 11 teams that are participating, it is certainly going to be highly competitive. The semi-finals will be taking the winners of each group. So winner of Group A, winner of Group B, winner of Group C, and then you get the 4th team being the 3rd place playoff that will be contesting the semi-finals, and the semi-finals as well will be going straight into penalties if they cannot be separated within the 90 minutes. But the final will go to extra time and a penalty shootout.
15 minutes, and then after that, you know the winner. Always a relief, I think, not to have penalties.
Throw in for Malawi. Lona Temba under pressure, and there's a little bit of a nibble on Lona Temba. The assistant lines frantically just flagging the attention of the referee.
Let's look back at that, actually, what really happened there. Well, a little bit, let's see.
Well, she stepped on the foot
yes,
there.
Yes, she did step on it.
That can be very, very painful.
If you look at it from that angle.
Spotted nicely by the assistant referee. 2 minutes are to be added to the 45. It has been a free-flowing game, and certainly a cautious approach by either side, afraid to open up and take their chances. But we are bound to see a maybe more explosive second half, because
might even see some changes.
Possibly,
I
yes.
suspect from both sides, but we'll have to wait and see what Coach Desiree Ellis,
well,
as
just
well as the coach, Coach Lovemore. See
oh,
what-
you got to look at the benches of either side, and if need be, for South Africa, they've got Asanda Khadebe, who's a defender. You've got Shakira O'Malley. You also have Bongiwe Tusi. Zoe October, one of
Yes.
your favorite players, as one that could come in and make a complexion of make a change in this complexion of the match. Fiona Namanyana, and that is on the South African side. Then we look at the Malawi's bench as well. You've got Doreen Dixon, Maureen Kenneth, Gondwe, Chavinda, Deborah Henry, the player I can't wait to see,
Chisomo Banda as well.
and Chisomo Banda, as well as Esther Maulindi. Here's Malawi clashing as Kuto gets the ball for South Africa, takes it out to the right, finds Kukutlamini. Lona Temba Mhlongo, heavy touches that ball, is protected from going out, but the referee says, no, I see you. It did go out. So it's a throw in for Malawi. And as I say that, there's not much time left in this half before referee blows a whistle for a break, a much needed break to get a few of those words of wisdom from either side of the coach, Coach Lovemore Fadzilo and Dr. Desiree Ellis. And the teams, you can see the battle of the South Africans running out of energy as Malawi, who looked to be on a bit of the ascendancy in moments. Antonia Maponya showing her athleticism, being able to take players down on the left-hand side. Well, that's how the scoreline ends during the break. It's South Africa 0, Malawi 0. We'll take a moment as we have a look at the report card. Slight dominance in terms of possession. It was always going to be the case. Coach quite happy to do so. And the four corners of South Africa failing to make use thereof. And the goal attempts are pretty thin on either side. We'll take a break, and thereafter a next 45 minutes. Well, welcome back to the second half for this Group A fixture as South Africa and Malawi do battle to get the 3 points and hopefully follow up on an earlier fixture in which Angola made light work of Lesotho. I have Michelle alongside me. That is Michelle Shapange, who will give you her expert analysis as we progress. It has been a pretty quiet day at the office for either side, as there have been very few chances that have fallen for players in both sets, as defending for Malawi has proven to be one of their very prized assets, as Maponya looking to make inroads for Malawi. Magia has looked rather lively in the front. Lona Temba Mhlongo, who's really also been playing with some calm and ease. So 0-0 is the scoreline if you are joining us at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. There's an opportunity for South Africa with Gugu Dlamini looking to play the ball back, and Magolula really been quite instrumental in that midfield. And here's the battle to get possession with Magia looking to find Ludwig. He played well. Ludwig needs to get that ball on target, and that just misses the goal.
I think a little bit indecisive there from Ludwig. I believe she could have done better in terms of taking decision of releasing the ball. Great work from Majiga there, but just slight hesitance from her.
Oh, Magia has really been full of running, and she does need a little bit more supply. It's going to be running out of legs. When you look at Malawi's football, they have come quite a long way, and one would ask the questions, where's Sabrina Tom, who is also one of their prized players? Sabrina Tom, who's not part of the squad.
We have a set piece, the first free kick for the second half for South Africa.
Well, you also can't talk Malawi football without mentioning the Chawinga sisters, Temwa and Tabita. They will be on full display at the Women's WAFCON, and those are players that set the scene ablaze for Malawi, and it would be such a pleasure to get to see the best of the best. You're also then talking about Barbara Banda, as we have a look at that ball being struck with such a precision and pace, and comfortably falling into hands of Mercy Sigelo. I think it will be a moment to celebrate and to cherish for many ballers out in South Africa, to get to see players like Barbara Banda and
household names.
Yeah, those are certainly household names, your Tembi Khatlanes. And you got to go around and have a look at the Nigerian outfit, Morocco. That's some very, very powerful names that are to be on display. Ashwala for sure. So Burkina Faso and Senegal will also be the teams that surprise many, more so Senegal. And Malawi, safety first as that ball is hacked away by Rose Alifanduka. Throw in for South Africa. Antonia, the UWC player, just picks up Lona Temba Mhlongo. A lot more urgency from Malawi, maybe shifting into a 4-1-4-1 formation, trying to get superior dominance in that midfield. Magolula losing out, picked up by Tendai Graysani. Both sets of players are not able to really keep the ball for long enough.
It's becoming evident, especially in the second half. For some reason,
Holweni takes the ball out to the right. He's looking for the return pass. And, it's a throw in, and Malawi is very quick to respond as the game goes on. There's 2 balls on the field.
I think South Africa is so used to easily countering that a game like this, where Malawi does not allow you to do any of that, I mean, can be a little bit frustrating. And we've seen in that first half, the reason why it's still 0-0 is because neither of those sides have been able to really succeed in their inside the box. But still about 40 minutes or
There's
so.
plenty of time for either side to hopefully get into some sort of rhythm. Antonia looking to go into that box and delivers a good ball. Keepers ask questions, and eventually it is the Malawians that get the ball away. There weren't too many yellow jerseys to benefit from that good work that was whipped in from Mponya. Have a look at this, showing quite strength. Magia.
She was so close to it.
Was close, but not close enough.
Yeah, and also now I have to talk about, I usually praise Messi for how awake she is, but this time around a little bit sloppy there from her. Lucky enough, her teammates, her defense was there to back her up, because that would have landed into the wrong foot for sure. I don't think she would have been able to pick it up, Messi.
So it's a throw-in for South Africa. Maybe what one needs to do is to see if they could force the Malawians to cut in and operate on the inside, see if they would be a little bit uncomfortable containing and intercepting that ball, winning the second ball dominance. Ball picked up by Ludwig, and judging herself is Nonhlanhla Mthandi. She realized she was coming from an offside position, was hesitant, and eventually that ball goes out for a throw-in.
Well, self-awareness is everything, as they say.
I normally would say, give it a chase, run for it, you'll just never know.
No, you're right, absolutely.
Here's Mthandi just losing out to Tendai. A bit of a hospital pass to Casey Gordon, but she does well. Casey is Holweni. She's one of those players in the COSAFA that really enjoys herself. Sibulele Holweni normally has a bit of a struggle with the coaches in terms of trying to manage her weight, but she's really looked the part. The programs that she's been given as that ball is trickles away to the goalkeeper. It's Mercy. So for the goalkeepers in a match like this, you've got to focus, you've got to concentrate throughout. It's very easy to go to sleep.
Yes, and any of these teams can break and get a break. And if you are the goalkeeper of the team that's looking sleepy, well, they can catch you at the wrong time, because you kind of don't expect it as much sometimes as well.
Antonia. Here's Malawi battling it out, but pickpocketed there. Here's Ludwig looking to thread that ball through, but then again, you've got to give Sani credit. Does well, the Tiger, in that midfield. Lona Tembo then says, look, let's try again. Let's get control of the ball. Let's keep possession. Dominated with 54%, but it was really not much. Coach wants the team to get into that final third. Irene Khumalo. It's good to see her back, and she struggled with a bit of a knock.
Yes, I think 2 times she was down in that first half. It looks like she's fit and ready to continue.
It's Tendai, and hopeful shot. Kutsopila. Lona Temba. Kuto for Banyana Banyan. Magia.
Surely a foul. I believe that's Magia on to Khumalo.
But Khumalo's got an abundance of experience, and Magia, who would hustle the whole afternoon until the engine seizes. Magia Nguluve, who's with the red bandana, easily spotted, together with Chimwewe of Zimbabwe. Mistake made in that defense, but
Strong. That was really
strong again as Rose Alifanduka gets back and gets onto the bicycle as another delightful ball, but intercepted there. Makhulula will do well. Switching play, finding Maponya, as Maponya is looking to get to Isabel. Isabel protects the ball very well. He has an opportunity for South Africa with Mtandi, and he has a moment denied by the keeper. Another opportunity. I think there was also a use of the hands in that moment, and what South Africa should have taken to the bank, they've given a new lease of life. Have a look at this run. It was a good ball that was onside by Nonhlanhla Mtandi. A mistake there made by Irene Khumalo, and again, goalkeeper and Irene Khumalo just making a hash of that. And here's an opportunity. Dlamini being taken off. The coach Bunolo Mukoma is to come in, and there's another change.
Midfield is coming off as well.
Bongiwe Tusi will come on for Isabel Ludwig. Bongiwe Tusi, full of running, loves the line. Makomo, a goal poacher of note, young player of the year.
Oh, I must say that was quite a chance for South Africa. And if you saw how much, I think about 3 times they had a chance to shoot on to goal, but just could not execute it. We saw that run in from that left-hand side. Majiga as well had a chance onto it, but could not finish it off.
Ball delivered from the corner. Makomo comes in. That ball was pretty elusive. Antonia will bring it back with the hope of trying to get the ball in the right position, and down she goes, a foul by Tendai Sani, and that will give South Africa another free kick.
Well, a lot of pressure now. You can see that South Africans are really trying to, as you see, just that foul there that got them that free kick. There was an attempt there, a chance, goalkeeper really wonderfully done by Mercy, another shot, and the defense was on par as well. What a defense. If I'm a goalkeeper and that is what I'm working with in terms of my defense unit, I think I would feel so confident. Not 2, but 3 times. Make sure to keep it out. That was quite a close call and a chance for South Africa to surely be 1-0 up. Unfortunately for them, not utilized.
Well, Letitia Chinyamula is a change that is being made.
Chavinda has come on for Malawi as well. Or rather, Kenneth
Maureen Kenneth. Looks like Chikonde Gondwe.
Chavinda is the one that came off.
Maureen.
And then another change there is Mary Gibby. Is she coming on?
Ball into the box. Header on the edge of the box is Smulele! That ball didn't dip quick enough for Holweni. We spoke about her long-range efforts, and that was close enough. I'm sure would have put a smile on many South Africans, or the fans or football supporters who are here at the venue to get behind the respective teams. And Holweni does pack a punch, and just showing exactly why she is one of those feared players as the ball goes out for a throw-in.
Well, that was quite a chance, and I have to say that's exactly. I believe South Africa need to do more that often. That's probably the easiest way for them to get a goal at this point in time, because as much as they should try, the Malawian defense is quite intact, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to break them down. So a lot of those long shots, long-range shots, a lot of those set pieces is something that they should utilize and really, really take seriously. That was a good shot from Holweni.
Fight continues in that midfield, ball switched out to the left for Majia. Standing firm, standing solid is Malawi, and Tendai still stringing those passes in that midfield. Gondwe has come on.
And we have entered the 60th minute mark as well, so time is moving.
As this match reaches the 1 hour mark, we look at it and still have no hope. I'm not sure who your money is on, but it does look like a stalemate of note. It does look like a stalemate of note. Here's Casey called upon, and she smothers that ball and is looking for players to make that run and get into position. Available is Kuto. Again, they're patient in how they get the ball up front. There's Holweni. She's got Maponya to use, but goes straight down the line. Was looking for the quick return pass. Makhulula did well to stay on her feet. And Majia chasing back. One thing that she does well is backtrack, but whether she wins the ball fairly is a discussion for another day.
I believe at this point in time we're looking at a game where almost you could say whoever gets that goal really is looking likely to be walking away with the 3 points. If that happens,
throw in. Picked up by Bonola Mukoma. Holweni showed too much of the ball and keeper was quick off the line.
And there's Holweni there, the captain, one of the most, I believe, prominent players in the squad, really. Has been active the entire time in this game. Aaron Madriga, as you see, brought down. Surely should be a foul, could be a card as well.
Bungiwe Tusi, who is a player that had initially given an indication that she wants to retire last year under the tutelage of Janine van Wyk, revived her career and is rewarded with a place in the national team.
Amazing story.
Absolutely amazing. That hard work does pay off.
Look at those fouls there, of course, not a surprise. And we have seen a little more frustration in the second half, more fouls early on as well, as this free kick is taken up for South Africa.
Bonola Mukoma goes for JVW. Ball into the box. That's the opening goal that South Africa needed. Coming from the experience, the captain, Sibulele Holweni. This being her 17th goal in the national colours. Sibulele Holweni. Well, just what the coach needed, just what the fans were asking for, and she delivers at the right time. Getting into the right place, it was a set piece, ball delivered, header from Majia, Holweni taking it off the chest, placing it delightfully furthest away from the goalkeeper. There were no qualms about that.
Absolutely, lovely work from her. We were just talking about how great she is, and surely who else was supposed to get that goal but not her? Really incredible stuff. We're just talking about the way in which she made sure that she kept it as far as possible from the goalkeeper, because you could see the way in which Malawi have been defending so hard to get to them, and that honestly is how you do it to put your team 1-0 up. Fantastic stuff.
Well, Malawi have got a bit of a chasing to do, and they've got a bit of a mountain to climb, and it is South Africa that draw first blood. That goal scored in the 63rd minute. But the delight of the fans and a much-needed break. We could be getting a very open match as Maureen Kenneth, very nippy player, who's also come on for Malawi. Here's Maureen. Impact almost immediate. Golweni tidies up. Back heel picked up by Sani. That's as far as Makhulula. It's Nonhlanhla Mthandi. Here's Bunolo Mukoma. Bunolo also quite an industrious player. He's looking to take that strike from distance. Bunolo, but had options. Maybe work is out there to improve her decision making. That is Bunolo Mukoma.
Absolutely, because like you mentioned there, sometimes you really got to use those who are around you. As much as you want to take chances on yourself, especially if you really want to get those goals in, you've got to utilize your teammates. Malawi, at this point in time, probably would need to sort of try as hard as possible not to be too defensive and try to move a little bit more up front if they want to get back in it.
Well, I think also for the South African sides, Michelle, they would need to look for that insurance goal and make it a lot more difficult. Malawi are still very much in it as Maponya makes herself available. Looking for the return ball was Nonhlanhla Mthandi, but Maponya goes route one inside the box. Here's Holweni, the goal scorer. Here is Najia, and that is comfortable into the hands of the goalkeeper there for the moment. Mercy Sikelo had to single-handedly bail out and attempt Holweni.
Look at that,
the way she carries that ball through, and the pressure from Rose Alifanduka just forcing Magia to quickly release that ball. So 1-0 in favor of South Africa. There's a player down, it looks like Kutsapila, giving indications that the calf muscle is under strain. I'm not surprised.
Hopefully, yes. And hopefully they can do something. We call the magic spray. Some sort of magic.
Well, I think we also got to be very cautious, because the coaches have really slowly tried to get the players to perform at a certain level. They're not yet where they should be in terms of the delivery. As I mentioned, that the league has not started. A number of these players lost tasted action in November, December, and with such a match of high intensity and so on, you're bound to get such concerns. But Kutso doesn't look
looks
too
like she's
bothered.
okay too.
She looks
Fine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, just needed that magic spray, probably, or some sort of magic, like I said.
Well, some of the supporters, the parents who have come to grace this occasion. There'll be more out at the Seshego Stadium. This is where 3 venues are being used for this tournament, and that is the old and the new Peter Mokaba Stadium, as well as the Seshego Stadium. This is where the fixtures will be taking place. And do keep an eye for the matches that are taking place throughout the week from the 18th to the 1st of March. The final will be played at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium that is just adjacent to this particular one, basically 3rd and 4th, and the final will be played at the new Peter Mokaba Stadium. So Seshego Stadium is on the 21st. We make a date with the people out. 21st and 22nd, we make a date with the people out in Seshego. Please come out in your numbers to support the ladies as they will try to strout their stuff. We're looking for a new champion. Zambia will be in action tomorrow, and that is at 3 p.m. Zambia up against Botswana. Eswatini will be up against Zimbabwe in another tightly contested Group B fixtures. Mary Chavinda.
So far, we've not, I think for the last 15 minutes or so, seen Malawi inside the box.
Yeah, they've had a lot of defending to do.
Yes. which, I mean, that would mean that they have to try as much to continue defending, because like you said, 1-0 is not that much of a score.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous
score.
It's
a very dangerous score. You can still get back in it. Maybe in this time they're trying to just sort of narrow down that momentum of South Africa so that they do not build too much on it, and then at some point get back in it in terms of getting a goal back. It depends on how they go about it, but as it stands right now, it looks like very much Malawi are playing that type of game where they want to still stay defensive and then attack as the time progresses.
So for the moment, it's throw in. South Africa with the throw in. Organization in that defense. So there's a throw in as Holweni. That ball goes out, trickles over the line. It's not to trouble Mercy.
And that's really, look at those shots there, 9-1. That's,
yeah, you'd want to get better returns for such. And, I think Malawi still have.
So Malawi have one shot and then they have that one on target.
Yep.
It's quite interesting.
There's Antonia. She's done well on the left-hand side. Giving chases Makoma.
Surely offside.
Yeah. The referee just waiting for her to get a touch.
I wonder how it feels when you know that the player is indeed offside, but you have to wait only. You hear that whistle only when you're about to execute.
Yeah. There's a player, Asimenyu Simwaka, who was a medalist, an athlete who also was injured. The last time she played football was October 2025, and she was injured. Notable player for Malawi. That is Asimenyu Simwaka. Also Sabrina Tom. I really enjoyed the football from Sabrina Tom.
We are nearing that 80th minute mark, so this is a chance now if Malawi have to break or they have to become more attacking.
Tusi, here's Bukomo. There's some confusion in that moment as Holweni went in for the ball. She got a bit of a knock on the ankle on the outside. To the delivery of the ball that...
Look at that shot from her.
Yeah, man, that was pretty close.
If she got that out, surely would be one of the contenders for goal of the tournament.
But look how nicely she takes it off the chest. And the presence of mind to allow it to roll down and then just pick a spot with patience. Some players will want to kill the goalkeeper and let the net bulge, but showing the level of maturity in Holweni's game of late.
But I have to commend Malawi. The way they stay so composed, even under these circumstances, is admirable.
Bongiwe Tusi. Ball picked up by Chavinda. Mary Chavinda pushes Kutopila out of the way. Ball delivered on the edge of the box. It's picked up by Majia. Well, she just hacks it into the air. She hasn't really had that many clear-cut chances as Chabi Singh Majia, player who played for Mamelodi Sundowns prior to that in the northern parts of the Cape. I'll quickly remember the name of the club where she was unveiled, Chabi Singh Majia.
Well, South Africa are in the lead here at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium in this quite competitive fixture. Second game of the tournament so far. And as it stands, Malawi still, or rather Angola still in the leading Group A. Big on goal difference, of course.
Magia, former Richmond United player.
So,
Richmond United is where she was unveiled at a tender age of about 15, looking for the quick return, Makoma. And you had to get decisiveness there from Chimwewe Madise, making sure that Makoma doesn't get a whiff to Holweni, who, even though in pain, is able to flash a ball through. Makoma goes down easily in the box, and it's a corner. That is Sinekuku, who is given that responsibility to take that corner. Miss Zondi. There's a change. 18 and 22. The goal scorer is being taken out, and that could be
an interesting change.
No, it is an interesting change, and I think she was a little bit uncomfortable. Is Sibulele Holweni. Yes, she's the goal scorer and has put in a good effort and has put her team in the lead, and
we'll be
there's an opportunity for Shakira O'Malley to come on for Regina Makhulula. O'Malley.
I think also you want fresh legs on, it could be that.
Mzobe. And O'Malley, Shakira Tatum O'Malley will come on for Holweni and Makhulula. That is entirely disrupting the midfield, complete new midfield in terms of changing the personnel.
Yeah, I mean, every one of those players who started out now might have come off. Dlamini, Holweni. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, knowing that you are 1-0 up, you've got about 13 minutes to go in the game. You know you need at least 2 more goals to go top of the table.
Well, I think Angola will still be sitting on top.
Yes, they will.
After this match, with the number of goals that they've scored.
Yeah.
Should the scoreline remain as is, and South Africa will be on a +1 goal average, goal difference. Angola would be on a +2.
Yeah.
So 3 points is what it will be.
But I mean, like I said, you've got still about a few more minutes to go, so which is unlikely, but I don't want to rule it out. If South Africa can get at least 2 more goals, then and that way they can then get those +3 goals and go top of the group. But that's if Malawi does not respond.
They don't find their way back. Here's O'Malley, who's going to release Magia. Eventually, safety first. Rose Alifanduka, the 21-year-old, decides she's not going to do anything fancy and get that ball out. So South Africa on the ball is Makoma. Picks that ball up for South Africa. Is Bonolo. Brings in Nonhlanhla Ntandi in a more familiar possession. Here's South Africa looking to dictate the pace. Bongiwe Tusi can deliver the quality in the air. It hangs up, and that is easy pickings for Sikela.
Oh, South Africa, one thing that they can take as a positive as we speak is the fact that they are maintaining that possession consistently. And we know when you have possession, the truth of the matter is your opponent is unlikely to score.
Yeah, so you nullify the opposition by keeping possession, and the explosiveness of South Africa in the critical areas, maybe they need to be more consistent in that. Antonia Maponya, who plays the football out for UWC. There's Malawi. Player goes down easily, and the referee says, no, it's a free kick. Lona Temba, that is naughty of you. That is naughty of you.
I'll just look back at that. Surely there's a foul. Chance for Malawi to capitalize off a set piece, where they have not seen in a while. So, to be honest, free kick to be specific. As the goalkeeper Gordon there just gives instructions to her teammates to say, look, please don't let me down.
Ball that just continued to rise and will not trouble Casey Gordon.
Look back at that. It was Kumalo who took it up. One of the players just quite wide. One of the players that have stayed on for quite some time, since the beginning of the game.
I think when you look at that, you look at the technique of the taker as her body leaned back, and as she scooped that ball, it continued to rise. And I think that is what let down. Here's an opportunity for Malawi, and another high ball that will certainly chew the clock, and Casey will be all too happy with that.
Indeed, Morse relieved as well. You know, when you're almost there, you can feel that you're almost there, and the opponent suddenly starts being too attacking. Oh, it starts to get a little bit scary.
Well, it's certainly, the pace has just fizzled away.
Still Malawi with that one shot on target. Those several that we have seen, even those two were not counted on target.
So UCT, or UWC, who finished the season in 5th position, has got quite a number of players on display. That ball just goes out of touch, and Tusi, who for that was favourable. He has an opportunity for Malawi to standing firm as Shakira O'Malley. She comes in, possesses a bit of height as Tatum. Shakira Tatum O'Malley. She's had a good day as Sineko Kuzondi. So asking the referee, where do you want me to take this? Another opportunity in an advanced position. It's precious seconds. South Africa's got to be careful of the possibility of a yellow card for time wasting, and asking the referee where to take the throw in. Tusi Bonolo was dropping a bit deep, looking to ignite an attacker from the backer, Antonia, and looking to peel away is again Tabiseng Majia.
Couldn't keep it in. Also one of the players that are remaining on the field who started off in that first half.
As Nunhlanhla Mthandi is breathing down the neck of Irene Kumalo, and eventually just getting that ball out of play. South Africa will push the numbers, but also playing with a lot of caution, especially in the middle of the park. Lona Temba Mhlongo is just looking after that midfield. Here is Majia with Maponya, Nunhlanhla Mthandi, and calling for it is Tusi. And on the edge of the box, a player who's made away is Sineko Kuzondi, and getting a free kick for South Africa. In actual fact, it's Mzobe, rather, the player from UJ. Mzobe on the ball, good control. Antonia again runs into trouble, but is able to push the players on and say, I want you in the box. Mzobe just being used as a decoy. Nunhlanhla Mthandi releases that ball to Lona Temba. Shakira O'Malley gives away possession. Malawi to Pila. So Tusi does well to cover Pila. And here's Maponya. Ball is in the air. Did well to bring it down. There's Malawi with an opportunity to send the numbers forward. South Africa, in looking for perhaps a second goal, are starting to open up defensively. And here's an opportunity for Gondwe. Letitia Chinamula, who's also been ever present in that midfield for Malawi. Keeper makes a hash of it and is brought down. Is it inside the box?
It looks like it was slightly outside, but she's quite lucky there, Messi. Would have easily given away a penalty.
Ball was played back by Irene Kumalo, and the first touch of the goalkeeper took it out, and the ball is, let's have
inside.
A look. No,
Okay.
the foul is outside.
Yeah, so it certainly is a free kick. Very lucky.
Indeed.
Messi is very lucky there.
We said she shouldn't make it messy.
And she also goes on a yellow card for that. Remember, if you get 2 yellow cards.
So, Chisumbu Banda makes way, and here's the youngster, Deborah Henry. Well, Deborah is known as the free scoring assassin. Deborah scored 23 goals in 18 matches. So this is certainly a young player to look out for and setting the Scorchers alight. So for South Africa, they're gonna have to really be careful. She knows how to find the back of the net. She's nippy. She's very much a promising player, and a player who's given 5-10 minutes, introduced at this level at good intervals. So Zondi plotting, ball delivered, but made to look very easy by Mercy Sigelo. The target will certainly be that of Henry, and so we confirm the scoreline: South Africa 1 and Malawi 0.
I was just saying that Messi kind of making up for that foul there, getting the ball in straight, and about 4 minutes left in this game, plus the additional time. Maybe 2 or 3 minutes will be added on. We don't know yet to find out, but so far South Africa probably looking to get that second goal so that they seal the deal. Malawi, if they want to get back into it, really have to try a little bit harder to stay up front, because they will need to at least 1 goal to get back in this one.
Well, Mukoma and Mzobe are looking to run riot in that Malawian defense. And here's Mukoma looking to find Busisiwe or Bongiwe Tusi. And it's a player that's grimacing in pain on the far side of the field, and that's the reason why. Straight on the knee of Sinekuku Zondi.
That's a bad one.
That's a horrible one by Sarah Mulumbika, and it was pretty much intentional. She went for the knee.
I think frustration is starting to look evident now from the Malawans.
Yep.
Time is ticking. They need to get that goal, and now a lot of these fouls that they're giving away, yellow cards, one after the other.
But good to see that Sinekuku's up and about, and she'll keep an eye on and wants to see what it really looks like, getting a sit stud on the knee. But that's not to deter her mission. And only too grateful to be part of the national team. And whoop that ball inside the box, a header from Mukoma, and asking of Rose Alifanduka. Benedetta Mkandawiri will get it away, but she has an opportunity for Malawi, looking to send young Deborah on her way. You could actually see the positioning of Deborah as well. She's certainly dynamite and waiting to explode.
And that's the type of energy you need to bring in, especially if you just came on into the game. Really natural of her to be a good positioned player. Such players, you know, always get you the goals. Look who's coming on.
Well, a crowd favorite, Gabriela Salgado. The last time South Africa got to see Gabriela Salgado was when she had that horrific accident or injury out at the AFCON, and slowly clawed her way back, and has played maybe 3 matches for JVW in her return. But she certainly is a crowd favorite. They call her Bekele Beke, and that means week in and week out. So here is South Africa, and it would be good to see her mental strength in this comeback. Lona Temba battling away with Antonio Maponya. So Magia's day is done, and Gabriela Salgado.
I'm very excited to see what she brings into this tournament. Like you said, if you watched that AFCON game and you saw how she went down, most people were saying it was a life or career-ending injury. And look at her now.
There's Mukoma looking to find Salgado. The quick throw in. Antonia. Now it's 3 minutes to be added. Strike from distance. Keeper collects it. Got into the handbag. There's no lipstick and no mirrors that fall out of there. Does well to collect that ball, and it was really sent back to sender with some sort of venom. Tusi.
Yep.
Mzobe. Tusi spreading this game, opening it up. This is where she enjoys it as Mzobe will continue to run. Mukoma! South Africa get that insurance goal. They were patient, and it was a pass with precision in the right place. Oh, lo. The celebrations carry on and will until tomorrow morning. Dr. Desiree Ellis appreciates that. Bonolo Mokomo has continued her fine form. What a rise is the story of Bonolo Mokomo. Was playing in the under-15s and playing in the under-17s, playing in the under-20, and here she is also contributing in the senior national team.
Lovely. Look at that little work as well. I've got to give it up for the passing. Look at that pass, actually. Read the game so well to find Mukoma, and also positioned in such a way that does not interfere, or the Messi, the goalkeeper, does not interfere with play there, to slot it home and make it 2-0. Wonderful stuff from the South Africans. And what a way to end the game. What a way to end the game. That's the way you want to go out.
Deflated is Malawi, scoring in injury time. And that certainly what South Africa needed. And will also be on a +2 goal average.
Just like Angola.
Group A, same as Angola. And
that was...
they will definitely go to the summit of Group A. Tusi.
Oh, look at that. That was great.
So, here's O'Malley. Picked up by Grace Sani. Mzobe fights for the ball, and referees very quick to give South Africa the ball, and Mokoma's already in a hurry to go forward and maybe capitalize on a...
I just want to say that I think South Africa's tactic of keeping possession is really paid off very well in this second half.
Michelle, they are a ball possession side, and it's just them also very much using the explosiveness as we have a look at Sarah delivering the ball. Kutsapila has been pretty good for the moment as the corner is given to Malawi. All to those who have really stayed with us in this moment as Banyana run riot against Malawi. 2 goals to the good. Ball is in the box, and that ball goes over the bar, and for Casey Gordon, she keeps a clean sheet. Good delivery, and some scary moments in that defense as Kutsapila remained on the ground. And for Malawi, it was a shot from Rose Alifanduka as they were looking to pull one back, and it is Kutsapila who's remained on the ground. She has been struggling with that calf, and yes, Magia, who had to try and work her way out. It's quite a number of challenges. Those were the earlier chances in the first half. The opportunities that were created weren't used, but eventually forcing keeper Mercy Sikelo to make quite a number of saves.
It's looking like a very serious injury actually here.
Well, that's just outside of your picture. Observing Kasapila, the medical team is quickly pouncing on her, and the stretcher also comes up. Oh, there's not much left of this particular match, and she'll get a ride on the Porsche.
Hopefully
Not many players love to get on the stretcher.
Yeah, no.
You'll find that the stretcher comes up and then the player just decides to get up and walk away. And very often it's followed with the yellow card.
Because probably sometimes it feels like, oh, what are you trying to say? I'm done, or I need treatment. What are you doing? So I could understand as to why one would feel that way.
Well, here's Casey, who's been asked to put the ball down and get on with it. And O'Malley to send that ball. The referee doesn't like what is happening. She says she wants that ball. Do the same thing. And pressing high in these latter stages is Malawi. Oh, Makoma, just keep her foot on the ball. She's really a magician with the ball, but sometimes a little too casual. And she will certainly have to correct those parts of her game. And one would say game, set and match at the old Peter Mokaba Stadium. It is South Africa that run away with the 3 points of the Group A, as pulling a fantastic one. South Africa 2, Malawi 0. Well, it has been a decent day at the office, and in every match that we have, there is a player of the match that's been chosen by the selectors, the SG, on the day, and it looks very much like Chavi Singh Majia worked very hard in the match and may not have got the goal, but she is the player of the match in today's encounter between South Africa and Malawi. So that is the statistic of the full 90 minutes. 11 goal attempts, 6 on target, more than 50%, as Malawi just had 1 shot on target. They are being expected to go back to the drawing board and adjust their shortcomings. But learning outcomes of this particular match. So South Africa 2, Malawi 0.